Hi friends, welcome back. So the battle for AI dominance continues, and it appears that Elon Musk was not necessarily telling us the truth just a few months ago about his AI funding efforts. I wanted to go over the details of this stuff, share my thoughts and gears as well. So this was back in January, guys. The Financial Times put out a report that said, hey, it looks like Elon Musk is raising up to $6 billion for his company, the xAI thing. Elon Musk actually tweeted out refuting it, saying xAI is not raising capital. And I had no conversations with anyone in this regard. So we're not raising capital. I haven't talked to anybody, and what he's saying. And then this is back on January 27, 2024. As it turns out, what Musk was tweeting isn't necessarily true. And what's crazy though, at that time, all of his supporters, fanboys and fangirls are like, oh yeah, it's all gossip. Why did people put out incorrect stories? They hate the mainstream media, that kind of stuff. Thanks for training out, Elon. Very helpful. Thanks, Elon. Man, are these journalists? These people just have so many errors. One person's like, you should sue the Financial Times, $6 billion. One person did call it out. To be honest, Elon Musk, it's hard to believe anything you say these days. And, I wanted to do an update on this story. Remember, Elon Musk in January said they weren't raising money. Right now, as of yesterday, we got reports that they're raising $6 billion, right? And for those of you like, oh, well, this is just mainstream media making up stuff. Elon Musk is always telling the truth. He's awesome. So this is on their own website, May 26, 2024. Series B funding round. xAI is pleased to announce our Series B funding round of $6 billion. And I know if you're a fanboy or fangirl, I've already lost you. Your mind can't follow these things. You're like, wait, what? My leader doesn't tell the truth. Wait, what? I don't understand. So I have to show you really clearly. Back in January, he says they weren't raising money. Now they announced that they're raising money. The number's the same exactly that they reported. Back in January was like 5 months ago, $6 billion. If you don't believe it, Elon Musk is even tweeting out right underneath it. And also, too, now Elon Musk is saying we're going to come hire you. It says here 16 hours ago, join xAI if you believe in our mission of understanding the universe, which requires maximally rigorous pursuit of the truth without regard to popularity or political correctness. And I laugh about this kind of stuff, guys, because honestly, if you come to this channel, I hope you understand. I just want to get the truth of these things, and when I see something like this, and Elon Musk says he's not raising money, but then I see a report that he is, I just tell you the truth. I think, what's the truth about this? And I look for evidence. It could go either way because it doesn't really make that much difference to me. I just want the truth, and I hope you do, guys, as well. And then when I saw the SEC filing that looks like they're raising money, and it's like the whole thing was weird. And then this is sort of why, like, whenever you hear anything at all, be it if you like the news or don't like the news, right? The news doesn't care. The facts don't care if you like it or don't like it. It's just, it is what it is. They're raising money. And so, this is sort of how you, how can I say, develop trust with someone over time. If they say something and they do it, right? They keep their word, then you trust them. If they constantly say things that aren't true, right? Or they deny things and then it comes out later to be true, it's like hard to trust these kind of people. Like the Musk thing, the last time, literally you can see he's tweeting out, hey, come, please come over. We're hiring you. Their company is now announcing they're raising money. But, remember the whole thing was like, the Reuters came out saying that they were canceling their cheaper car platform. And Musk was like, oh, you're a bunch of liars, that kind of stuff. And his followers like, oh yeah, mainstream media, a bunch of liars. And then suddenly all they talk about now is this robotaxi stuff. It's like, and the reports keep coming out that, they're firing people and it looks like they canceled it and stuff like that. And it's like hard to believe anything that Elon says. That's why they bring this stuff up. But I'd love to hear people tell me I'm wrong and stupid. It's entertaining to see, but I just guys want you to know the truth on this stuff. So yeah, he's making the case that you should come work for him if you want to go for pursuit of truth. That's why it's ironic, right? It's crazy. Regard to popularity or political correctness. And then this is actually someone over at Meta. I think these are like their head AI person, and he made a joke here. He says, join xAI if you can stand a boss who claims that you're working on will be solved next year, right? So if you want to work for someone who claims that whatever you're doing, you'll be solved next year, yeah, no pressure. Claims what you'll be working on will kill everyone and must be stopped or paused. Yay, no vacation for 6 months. And claims to want a maximally rigorous pursuit of the truth, but spews crazy ass conspiracy theories on his own social media platform. And I think it's funny when people call out Musk. And this is sort of what I think is really important, sort of why I call out the pumpers on social media and YouTube. Call out BS when you see it. And it's sad we live in a world with, the way social media is that, people feel like if I get enough likes, then therefore it must be true. It's how can I say, it's kind of like a high school mentality, right? You go out and you buy the ugly jacket, but if you can convince all your friends that the ugly jacket's actually awesome, and you get enough people to like your ugly jacket, then I guess therefore it must be great, and there isn't necessarily any truth there anymore, right? It's a crazy thing, and I guess in that regard, using the example of the ugly jacket, I guess for some people the truth is in the eye of the beholder, but I like to live in the world of reality. I know it's not as fun. It's more fun to believe in fantasies and fairy tales, but it is what it is. Part of this world, and I just like to always, help you guys understand how the world really works, is people like Musk, they make a lot of mistakes, right? And they don't want to admit they may ever make a mistake ever. And he's actually got a fixer, and this is sort of what some of these people have, essentially the ultra wealthy. And if you guys watch, movies, in the movie version of the fixer, it's always like, the rich person gets someone killed in a car wreck, or they have like 10 kids or 20 kids or 30 kids or whatever. And the person will come in and then, buy off people to stay quiet, do these kind of things, basically cover up the rich person's mistake. So the fixer person for Elon Musk is actually Jared Birchall. This is a picture of him right there. He used to, I think he worked like at Morgan Stanley and then another one. I can't remember which other big bank, but this is the kind of stuff that he does. So he, when you ever see reports of him, either raising money or doing stuff like that, that's what Musk is really doing behind closed doors. So this guy kind of does all the, I guess you could call it dirty work per se, and then Musk can just make up our nonsense. So this guy too, the Birchall guy, he would do things like hire Musk bodyguards, and it's funny because if you're ultra rich, I would totally get these bodyguards, right? It doesn't matter, like for these guys, it doesn't matter how good they are at fighting, and I'm sure they're good, but I'm saying it doesn't matter because like they look really scary, and that's good enough, right? As long as you scare people off from trying to fight you, you're doing okay. And so Mr. Virtual does a good job, right? He picks out good bodyguards. He organizes things and raises that $6 billion. And if you're curious who Musk is raising money from and basically who he's in bed with, it's all right here. Investors in xAI's new round include many of Musk's loyal backers, including, this is interesting, Kingdom Holding, the Saudi investor led by Prince Alawleed bin Tahal. You also have Valor Equity Partners, so that's a Dubai-based Vi Capital, Silicon Valley firms such as Andreessen Horowitz, and also to Sequoia Capital. And this is essentially, the money that he's always working with. And the way that it may work is that these people get in early, right? They set up this, fund, and they start funding these activities. And if they ever go IPO, then these guys can then come in and sell. That's how the money is made. If you're curious what Musk is hiring for, it's like a slew of jobs. AI engineer, AI tutor, DevOps engineer, forward deployed AI engineer, front-end engineer, UI, UX, information security engineer, etc. I guess they have offices in Palo Alto, San Francisco, and London. And this is, sort of why we're talking about this. This is a time when a lot of people are gathering money for this, I guess, AI battle for dominance, as I called it for. I just saw this report today. This is on May 27, 2024. China creates $47.5 billion chip fund to back the nation's firm. And if you remember, sort of the story had been this past year or so of where the U.S. and China are, the word everyone's using, decoupling. And the basic idea is that, we're going to try to be independent from each other. That's a real trick, right? Because there's so much money involved. At the moment, Musk is trying to have that new data center thing for his robotaxi stuff in China. They really need chips from NVIDIA, which is actually, honestly, NVIDIA has been the big winner the last couple of years as the stocks have been going up like crazy. It's a picks and shovel play. And, the basic gist of it is it's hard to know who exactly which, AI company is going to win. Is it going to be ChatGPT? Are they going to end up, beating Google? Is Google going to come out swinging with more stuff? Like I think Gemini stuff. Where's Apple's, in this? My understanding, I think Apple made a deal with OpenAI to integrate ChatGPT in their phones, but we haven't gotten an official announcement. That's just sort of been the rumors. We'll see what that is. I would say at the moment, though, OpenAI is the leader at the moment, but anything could change. Musk is raising money. He's good at raising money. And then the question is can they, pull enough talent over there? One thing that I always find fascinating about this kind of stuff is whenever you talk about these things, let me just pull this up here, Musk and his bodyguards, right? is there's people out there that like think Musk is a genius and that he creates everything. I mostly see him as a financier kind of person. He's the guy with the money bags. He can raise the money, bring the money in, and then they hire a bunch of people to create things for him, and then he comes in and takes all the credit. And then a lot of the followers think that he's doing it, but my understanding, he's not like individually handily inventing AI and doing all the things himself. I think he's just the money guy. And the funny thing about Musk and this kind of stuff is that if you argue the contrary, he just has his bodyguards come in and have a little word with you. Guys, I want to read some comments as well, because I do enjoy reading stuff that you guys think in the community. What Tesla is really trying to do is replace people with technology. Basically, Elon's goal is to get everyone fired. FSD is just a way to get humans to teach AI to replace humans. And this was a theme that when the last Robotaxi video that we talked about was like, what's the problem that you're solving with Robotaxi? This gets at the core of it, right? And if you consider that a problem, if you consider the problem is that humans have jobs, then yes, AI is a solution to said problem. Then humans have jobs. I hate it when humans have jobs. Let's get robots in there to fix that. And I always caution you on the AI stuff. So for me personally, I actually don't use this whole ChatGPT at all, to be honest. I'm actually forced to use it with Google though. Now these days when I search something with Google, it kind of brings up results right away, but at the moment, the technology is a little bit, what's the right word to say? I guess wonky is the right word. Because like you'll type in a question and sometimes it gives you like 5, bullet point things that are just awkward. Me personally, and that's sort of why I go with the news with you guys every day. I like to read through an article. I know where it's coming from. I can see all of the sourcing and it's written to address that specific question, opposed to like the world we live in now with some of this AI stuff. It is like, it's too generic, and it's because they're pulling from multiple sources or whatever, and we're not yet talking about like sentient beings or something like that. And even if we were, the question I would pose is do we want that? I will acknowledge there is a group of people out there that are looking forward to AI and robots because, and this is just real, some people really want to have a relationship with their computer, right? And as showed in the movie Her, if you've seen that, or some people, see robots and they want to sleep with their robots, right? And I make joke, but guys, if you've seen, any of the movies depicting the future and human and robots involved in it, that is a big part of the industry, right? I think we all know it. We just don't like say it like as openly. We say it openly in different ways. How about that? And the joke would be there are many boys out there be like, yeah, I want to get that robot home so I can test it every day, right? You want to be that first batch of robot testers. I think we're a long ways from that world, but already we're kind of in that world in a sense to where you can develop relationships with online personas. The latest technology has been to where like you can have an AI girlfriend essentially. A social media person can like upload their images and their voice onto the server or whatever, and then you interact with said chatbot, but it all appears to be a real person's voice and stuff like that, but it's obviously not real. And this is sort of the how can I say, the world that we're in is to where like our relationships, our reality, and everything is all fabricated. But if you choose to sort of turn off your mind and believe in the lies, you can live in that world. And some people do reside in there most of the time. I mean, it's sort of like a Ready One, sort of thing, or Matrix, however you want to put it. And what I find so interesting and fascinating about this is that the very people that, say, I hate the Matrix, I hate mainstream media, all that kind of stuff. like they're large supporters of this billionaire who's like by definition the top 1% that controls the things that we see and hear, that kind of stuff, controls the social media company that can again affects the things that we see and hear, support that kind of world, meaning like you're supporting a world being controlled by the Matrix, and then moreover excited over this technology that like creates this matrix world, fake relationships, and this kind of thing. So I enjoy hanging out with you guys every day because I like to talk about these issues. How does it relate to investing and our understandings of the world? Is yes, there is money out there, 100%. There's money out there, and that's sort of the fundamental question: is do we want to replace humans with AI? Is that a winnable and how can I say sustainable business model. I think that's the way to put it. The problem is that the more people that you replace with robots, the less people you have working, the more unhappiness you will have all over the place. You're going to lose a lot of tax revenue, et cetera. And essentially, if you want to push to a world, and I mean, we're going that way, where the gap between rich and poor, the gap between skilled, unskilled, educated, uneducated, it keeps getting wider and wider and wider. It's going to get ugly out there. You know, my wife and I, we just saw the latest Furiosa movie, which is a Mad Max movie. And you know, I'm not going to say we're going to go into Mad Max next year, but I do see that the society, like when those are fictional stories, but I can see like sort of truths in that to where we head in those kind of directions. But it's awkward and strange that people are like willingly wanting to head into that world. So that's my thoughts on this stuff. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. I know I talk a little bit philosophically about these things, but this is sort of what you do when you want to understand that this stuff is just kind of see where we're going and the arguments for it, and ask yourself always to, you know, what is a chance of this happening in the future, and how sustainable is this kind of sort of growth trajectory going to be. Anyway, thanks again for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you all in the next video.